Good afternoon, everybody. And it is the afternoon, just about. It's about 1:15 now. It is the 14th of March, the most melancholic, I think, day of the season. It's the last day of the season. It's Saturday, and I'm sat next to a small river. It's probably my favourite stretch, I would say, of this particular river. It's a tributary of the Avon. You can probably hear it's a little bit blowy. It's overcast. The river's looking good. We had a bit of overnight rain, which has pushed it up a little bit again, and it's coloured, although there is about 6 inches of visibility, something like that. It looks good for a bite, hopefully. As I say, we had a bit of rain in the night. It was cold rain as well, unfortunately, so we'll have to see how that pans out. But I'm going to be here for the rest of the day. I'll fish probably into dark. We'll just see how we get on. Hopefully we'll have a few fish out. Roach and chub, I would imagine. That being that, I'm going to start, I think, where a few videos ago you saw me finish on this particular stretch, just around this corner up here, upstream. I'm going to start in that swim I was catching lots of small fish from, and be able to spend a little bit longer in there today than I did at the last session, and we'll see how we get on. Well guys, tactics for today are I'm going to go on the ledger, either link ledger or perhaps a small feeder or even black cat feeder with maggots in. I've got my Browning Black Magic Picker 2 here, 8 foot, really soft tip, because we're in for some small fish too today, but it's got backbone to land anything I might catch in here. I think probably a 4-pound chub is the biggest fish I'm likely to encounter today. Got my usual running ledger rig with the backwards anti-tangle sleeve on here. I'll put all the information about this in the description below. I'm going to start off on a size 18, just a shop bought hook to nylon. It's a Drennan red maggot. I'm going to start off on maggots just in here. I've got a bit of ground bait here. This is Census 3000 gross gardons, lovely sweet smell, and that is mixed about 70-30 just with some white crumb. And I think I'm going to put a tiny little feeder on just to get some bait down the bottom because it's fairly deep in here. I'm not going to put any maggots in just yet. I'm just going to put ground bait in to get a bit of smell in the water, attract some fish to the area. I don't want to feed them up just in case it's going to be hard going with that cold rain I mentioned earlier. Cold rain in the night. Right, let's get cracking. Little roach to start with. Fab. Wow. Little gudgeon. Fantastic. Been chomping on my worm. My maggots, excuse me, by the looks of it. Fab. And another. A little bit pale in this coloured water, and this river's been coloured for a long time, as you can imagine, with the weather as it's been, the rain as it's been. But, things have gone a lot milder and a lot less wet, just in time for the close season. Well, at least the fish will have time to recover and have a bit of a rest and a bit of a breed, hopefully, as well. Repopulate the rivers. Well, there's a slightly better roach. Careful. Slightly better. Just a bit better. Cool. Now that's more like what we came for. How's about that for a roach? Beautiful. Fantastic. I had a feeling there might be a few of these down there. Just started casting a little bit further downstream, just under a overhanging tree. Well, it's all trees in here, aren't there? But so rather than being in this pool here, just back end of the pool there, and get some bites and nicer roach. It's great. I was just thinking of moving, but I'll try to stick it out for a few minutes. I can always come back later anyway. It's rather sunny at the moment, as you can see, and got plenty of swims to try. So we'll give it 5 or 10 minutes, and I am keen to move on to try somewhere else. Well, definitely some roach down there. I think what I'm going to do is put a little bit of ground bait in, and perhaps come back later. And it's the light levels have gone down a little bit. I'll come back a bit later, and I'll have another go in here, I think. Just got one thing to bring you up to date on. I actually managed to get out last night. So got it yesterday after work, being Friday the 13th. Got out and actually went down the Avon for the first time in a very long time. Just fancied getting down there before the end of the season, which obviously is today. Went down there to do a bit of ledgering. Went with my friend Mick, who you've seen in the odd video with fishing with me this season, and we went down just to see what it was about, really. Not any particular fish in mind, but any fish really. But it was very hard going. The river was up, not too high, but it was reasonably up and reasonably coloured, and in my experience never really fishes like that, and that was the case on this occasion as well. Great, we've dropped on some roach again. Careful. It's a live one. Fantastic. Well, first chub of the day. Well, what a strange old session. I decided to walk up the stretch, as you saw, with chub in mind, really. See if we could catch one or two nice chub. I've walked the stretch top to bottom. I've tried every nook and cranny, every nice run, places I've never fished before, places I've caught multiple chub before, and I haven't had a single bite. I've seen red kites, I've seen a kestrel, I've seen a sparrowhawk, I've seen buzzards. All I haven't seen is a chub. I don't know what's going on. You know, it's spring or nearly. Perhaps they've got other things on their minds. I don't know, but I'm gobsmacked. But anyway, the roach do seem to be playing ball, don't they? Well, they were earlier, and as promised, as I said, I've come back to this swim. I think I'm going to settle in here for about an hour or so. It's probably about 6 o'clock now, something like that. I'll settle in here for an hour. I mean, again, this looks very chubby as well, doesn't it? So, you know, hopefully we can winkle a chub and some roach out of here, but certainly some roach. Judging by what happened earlier, it's clouding over and it's starting to get dark. So the light levels are dropping. So it can only be a good thing. Wow. Well guys, let's put the light on to this fella a little bit of justice. How's about that? What a beaut. Beautiful fish. Absolute mint condition as well. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Wow. It's fantastic. Made coming back here all worthwhile. Back to this swim. Brilliant. I think with that I'm going to call it a day. That's a great way to end a session and end the season, to be honest with you. Definitely call it a day at that. Fantastic. So all that's left to do is to say thank you very much for watching. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling, and I'll see you again, careful, very soon, either on the canal or at a lake.